Hey everyone, ACAT is here, and welcome to episode 1 of my note block tutorials. These tutorial episodes will start with the very basics and get into more advanced stuff as we go on to give you all of the tools you'll need to create your very own note block songs. In this first episode, we will look at all of the different instruments that can be played with note blocks. Changing the instrument of a note block is simple. All you have to do is put the note block on the block that corresponds to the instrument you want. So, before we get started, an important thing to remember is that note blocks will not play a sound if there is anything other than an air block above them. I've tested this with a few other things that often behave differently, such as redstone, string, slabs and glass, but I don't believe there are any exceptions to this rule. Let me know in the comments if you know of a way around this, but best practice is to design your circuit so that this is not a problem. Okay, so let's take a look at all of the different instruments. I'm going to go right to left, partly to upset everyone, but mostly because of the block selection for the final instrument, which will become clear as we get there. First up is glass. That plays clicks and sticks. One thing to note about glass is that it doesn't conduct redstone, so it can present a challenge in building your circuit. Since placing anything on top of a note block will prevent it from playing, the note block will need to be powered in one of the 4 remaining sides. Next we have stone, which is the bass drum and sounds like this. Sand is the snare drum, which sounds like this. When combined in a rhythm, glass, stone and sand come together nicely to provide a drum beat. Be careful when using sand, as it is affected by gravity. However, you can get around that by simply swapping your sand out with soul sand. Wood is the double bass. It can sound a bit more subtle than the other tunes. Gold blocks provide a bell sound. This is particularly useful for when you need to reach notes on a higher scale than the piano noise can produce. Next is clay, which gives us the flute. The flute sound is quite distinct. I personally find it doesn't always work too great with the other instruments when putting a song together, but you might find it works for you. Packed ice produces a chime sound. As with the flute, I don't always find a use for this with note block music. Wall gives us the guitar sound. This is great for playing the lead guitar in a song and sounds even better when you play multiple notes together to form a chord. Bone blocks create a xylophone sound. And finally we have the piano or harp sound. Now this sound is played if a note block is on top of any other type of block that we haven't already covered, so any of these ones shown here, including air blocks. I like to use grass or dirt blocks, but it's totally up to you. So that's it. That's all you need to know about note block instruments. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please click that like button and subscribe for more note block tutorials. Thanks for watching and take care.